Hey, we're back for the post-game show. Newfane gets their first win of the season. They defeat Springville 39-14. I'm here with Coach Chuck Nagel. That first win always feels nice.
It's so hard to get, too, for Newfane. It's like, the first three games we got Depew, a football power. We got Medina, who's a power. We got Akron, who's a scrappy team. And we feel like we should have been out of that three games, with a 2-1 record. So getting this win tonight, fourth game in, is just absolutely humongous, And these kids, they deserve it. They work hard, all right? They stay composed. They watch a ton of film. And every week they reset it, and they do it again. So I just feel so happy for our boys here. They got their first win, and hopefully they know what it feels like, man. Go next week and get another one.
Ryan Kremp, 355 yards. He only had about 200 for the entire season coming in. What went right for him tonight?
We thought we had a pretty good game plan against their defensive secondary. They start out at cover two. Sometimes they roll the safety down. We felt like we could manipulate that. We threw a couple sets in to manipulate it, and everything was working. Crampy put the ball where it had to be almost every pass, and then our receivers, they made plays. They caught the ball, right? Made plays, broke tackles, got in the end zone.
All right, I'm seeing Kremp wear some kind of costume. All right, before we ask it, we have Tom talk to them. Tell us what's that about.
All right, so I'm not too big on the whole fashion. I like the turnover chain we get out there on defense, but this WWE wrestling coat's a JV deal that so you play your butt off like he did, you get to wear the coat. So that's what he's got it on for. All right, he played a heck of a ball game today.
All right, thank you, Coach. All right, we're going to turn it over to Tom Prince, who has a couple players.
Wow is all I have to say today. My players of the game, Western New York players of the game. I got Ryan Kremp right here, our quarterback. I got Charles LaRose over here, our defensive player, plus a big running back at times out there too, right? But Ryan, listen, let's talk about it. What we thought you were very effective from the passing game today. What was big with you today is how you would scramble on the run, and they had to worry about you running the ball, but then you'd pass it and have some big plays. Talk about what you saw out there on the field.
I noticed the DNs were going a little too wide, and I knew I'd had to step up because I haven't been stepping up in the past couple of games, and we had to change some defense or offensive line blocking schemes, and I just practiced on stepping up in the pocket, and it showed today.
But not only did you step up in the pocket, because you were phenomenal, you really would step up and find the gaps that your offensive line created, right? But you also would threat that you were going to take off running. It looked like you were going to take off a couple times, and then you held back, or you'd either pump a couple times and then get your wide receivers to get open more. Talk about what you saw there.
I just saw that I knew that every time I'd run up, the guy that was on the wide receiver or the slot back would step up on me, and they'd leave them wide open, so I just dumped it over his head, and the wide receivers made plays on it.
Listen, you guys started out with you had Akron on the ropes, right? 22-21, you had them on the ropes. You knew that you could start playing big. What was the turnaround where you guys can start saying that this season's going to still take shape?
The first three games were difficult. We should have won the Depew game. We should have won the Akron game, but we had to finish. The second halves have been rough for us, but I think today we came out in the second half and played probably the best football we've played all year.
That's awesome. I got a Ric Flair woo.
Woo!
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's a Ric Flair move right there with we got the wrestling robe on. Charles, listen, huge defensively. It felt like early on I was calling your name time after time after time defensively. So what was the key to you getting tackles today the way that you did on defense?
Just containing the outside. Like if they're going to pull, I just had to contain the outside and watch where the ball is going. And if they're going to pass it, I just had to read where the quarterback was going.
So obviously you did a great job reading the ball. But also you're considered, I would say, the big package, right? So when short goal line stuff happened or short yardage needed to happen, you're brought into the game. So then you're actually the running back. Talk about that when you get to the chance to run the ball.
I don't know.
What do you look for when you run the ball?
I just look for an opening. I just look for what's getting blocked and what's not. So if my right guard is blocking the right, I go right there where between the tackle and the right guard, and I get the.
Now listen, so let me ask you a question. So when you're going through, do you have a defensive mentality where you want to run somebody over though?
Yes, I do get that a lot.
So that's really what I was looking for. I just expect to see that defensive thing where you're going to run right through the ball right there and no doubt have a big play. Well, listen, guys, no doubt a big game for Newfane. Congratulations on a big win. No doubt this is a stepping stone for you guys. We're going to see some great things along the way. Can't wait to see you guys. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.